Hi guys, bienvenue sur my channel. My name is Ifeoluwa Ishola. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking and always returning back to my channel. And if you are new here, welcome to the family. Please go through some of my videos. If you like the vibes here, click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Guys, in today's video, I will be talking about how I was able to bring my parents in on a student visa. If that sounds like something you are interested in, comment on. Alright guys, as you are aware, and that is for those that might have seen the vlog because the vlog should be up right now. You guys knew my parents were with me last year for Christmas and January before they went back. And a lot of people are asking me, how are you able to do it? What did you do? This and that. And I figured if I'm replying everybody one by one. So I just decided to do a video to help as many people as possible who are on student visa and who are planning to bring in their parents, because I know we are approaching May. There should be some graduation that will be coming up in May. There's another one that will be coming up in September. Whenever time you're squeezing your graduation, basically. So if you want to bring your parents in or your siblings for your graduation, or general to invite anybody in on student visa, this is what I'm going to be talking about, okay? Yeah. So first thing you need first, just a little side story so you understand that I brought my parents in for my graduation ceremony, which took place December last year. And during that time, I've been researching on how I can be able to, invite somebody in on student visa, because I was on student visa then. So when it came for the time for my graduation, I made a lot of researches on YouTube and stuff like that. And I was able to find that, yes, I can bring my parent in for my graduation. Of course, I'm going to be needing some things. So I'm just going to be running through some of the documents that I used, the processes we went through, the timeline as well, and when you can start processing for your own parents or whoever it is you want to bring with, okay? So I would suggest you get a pen, a paper, sit tight, and then we'll go through this together, all right? Yeah. So the first thing that I did was to get some document from my school, because I'm a student and the school was my sponsor at that time. Same thing for any international student. If you're here on a student visa, your school is your sponsor because we received CAS, remember? So they are your sponsor, okay? So what I did was to get a proof of studentship from the school, right? So all I did was to write to the UniHub. I wouldn't know which the name at which your own school is called, but I wrote to the UniHub and they sent me a document confirming I'm a student, my start date, the end date of my course, basically important things there to show that I'm actually a student. And at the same time, I got a graduation booking from the school. So what happened is, a month to the graduation, if I'm correct, yeah, a month to your actual graduation, you're going to get an invitation from the school. So the school is going to send you an invitation. You've passed this, you've passed your dissertation, or they are satisfied with your results. So you've been invited as part of those that would be convocating and things like that to reserve your space, something like that. So I received that. I booked my space and they sent me a confirmation email. So I printed that as well because I needed that. So those were the two things that I got from the school. Okay, so I got my student proof to show that I'm a student, and then my graduation booking that was confirmed after I replied that yes, I will be convocating with that batch. Okay, so those are the two documents. Then afterwards, I wrote an invitation letter. That is actually very, very important, okay? So I wrote an invitation letter, and basically what is in your invitation letter is you introducing yourself and the people you're bringing with you. So let's say you want to bring your dad, so you can just say, hi, Ifeoluwa Ishola, this and that. Hereby declare that James, whatever, with the passport number, is my dad. And then the next paragraph will be the reason why you are inviting him. So for my own case, I said I was inviting him for my graduation, which was to happen in December. And at the same time, would love them to celebrate the Christmas and the New Year with me. So I put that in the invitation letter. And then another important thing you want to include in your invitation letter is the financial assistance part. Okay, so depending on whoever it is that is financing the journey. So it can be two things. Like in my own case, the proof of fund that was in my parent account, we were not the one who actually said we were responsible for them 100% when it comes to finances. Let me lower this volume. Boom, boom. You not let somebody rest. Voila. Right. So the financial part, right? So because we knew that we're not going to be responsible 100% for them, so they had proof of fund in their own accounts, which they prepared for. So in the invitation letter, we made sure to make reference to that even though the applicant, that is, even though my parents will be sponsoring themselves, we as well will be assisting them as well. So we make that known that they will be submitting a proof of fund in their own account, but we will be assisting as well. So because we will be assisting, we had to include our pay slips, and we included 3-month pay slips each. So I included 3-month pay slips on my part-time job then, and my husband included 3 months of his full-time pay slip job as well. English in Busha included our 3 months pay slips, yeah, and at the same time, they printed their own bank statement. Now, where the twist is if you will be responsible for their finances 100%, then you will need to print out your own bank statement, okay? In other words, if you are bringing your parent in, and you will be responsible for their finances 100%, it means you need to submit your pay slip, and at the same time, the amount that will cater for the period of their stay should be in your bank account, and then you print that out. But if you will be supporting them, then they will need to print out a bank statement, you know, in their own account. It doesn't have like a stipulated, they doesn't have to have used 28 days in their account or a month or 3 months. They just need to print out a bank statement from their own hand that shows that they have enough money to take care of themselves. Then you that you're bringing them in, you hand your pay slips to show that you're supporting. Like, do we get it? To comprehend? Or do you want to take that again? Like, if you are bringing your parents in, and you will be responsible for their finances 100%. They do not need to print out any Nigerian bank statement. All you need to do is get your own pay slip that say, okay, I'm going to be taking care of them, all their finances, their bills on me, okay? So you print out your pay slip, and at the same time, your bank statement showing the amount that would cover for the number of people that you're inviting, okay? But if they will be taking care of themselves and you are supporting, then they will print out their own bank statement with some amount of money to show that is enough for them, and your own pay slip, okay? Now, another question I often get is, how much do I know? Like, how much do you think is enough? For my parents, the both of them, we had 2 million in their accounts in Naira with our own pay slip. So I think it just determines on how long they will be staying, what they'll be doing, how many people. But I would suggest that you plan like $1 million or 1.5 for one person, if you get, yeah. So another document that you will be needing is your tenancy agreement. So you want to include that as well in the application, because where will they be staying? Okay, and that tenancy agreement, you need to make reference to that in your invitation letter as well. So you're not only explaining your relationship with them, you're explaining the reason why they are coming, and then the role you will be playing while they will be here. So the role that you will be playing is you supporting them financially. They will be staying in your place because you have a 2-bed flat or a 3-bed flat, depending on type of house you have, and attached, of course, is your tenancy agreement. Or you can get a letter from your landlord stating that this is the number of the house you have, and he or she is aware that you are receiving visitors, and they are welcome to stay with you for the number of weeks, days, or months that they will be using, okay? Now, another thing you also need as well is your student BRP. You need your international passport as well, the front page of your international passport, and then you need your birth certificate, and that is to show the relationship with, if it is your parents, you know, to show the relationship with them. If it is your siblings as well. Do you need a birth certificate for siblings? I think so. Well, I've not done for any siblings, so I'm not sure. But please, if anybody knows that, please put in the comment section. But I know for your parents, you need your birth certificate to show that, you know, they are your parents. Another thing you'll be needing as well is pictures, you know, just to show that you have this cordial relationship with your family, they are your parents, you know, you're taking some pictures. You might want to include that. Yeah, so I think that is done from your own side if you are the student bringing the parent. So I'm just going to run through the document. If you, the student, are bringing the parent, the document you need to prepare. So number 1 is your proof of studentship, which you can get from your school. Number 2 is your invitation letter, which you write yourself. Number 3 is your pay slips, okay, and your bank statement. That is, if you'll be catering for them for their finances fully, you need your bank statement. But if you will be supporting them, you need your pay slips. Then you need your tenancy agreement or a letter from your landlord stating that they have a place to stay and they are welcome to stay with you. You need your graduation booking. That is usually sent to you by the school a month before your graduation time. You need that. You need your student BRP, the front and the back page. You need the front page of your international passport. You need your birth certificate and pictures. Okay, that is on the student side. Now let's talk about the parents. What the parents need to prepare for them to complement the documents that you have for them to get a visa. So for the parent, the first thing they need is, if your parents are still working, they need a letter from their employer introducing them, just to show that they're working basically. So do you know, the employer introducing your parents, what they do, and letting the embassy know that they have given them that time off for them to come celebrate or stay with you or wherever the case might be. But even if your parents are retired, then they don't need to get any letter from any employer. But if your parents are still like in work, they're still in service, they need to get a letter of introduction from the employer. Another thing they need to get, that I will always suggest, is asset, proof of asset, because this is something that ties them back to their home country. So probably your parent is a businesswoman, has a shop, or like, you know, something like that. They need pictures of that, proof of that, you know, probably the monthly and the yearly rent they pay, just a proof to show that they have access. Probably your parents have a house, you know, the land. There's this in this C of O. You shall get, yeah. Just assets to show that they are coming back to the country. Another thing from your parents as well is, if they are taking care of their finances, which I felt like I've drawn so much on this topic, but if they are taking care of their finances, they will be needing their bank statement. So they need to print out their bank statement. Of course, for those that are working, it shows the trend of the salary, you know, that they are receiving. It shows that they are still working, and then it also shows the saving amount that they have. From also their end, they need their marriage certificate. That is, if both of them are coming together at once. So because my own dad and mom came together, of course, they needed their marriage certificate to prove their relationship. And another thing is, if it is your parents that are coming and one of them is actually the bank statement you'll be using. In other words, if it is your daddy and mommy that are coming, but it is mommy's accounts we are using for both daddy and mommy, the mommy will write consent letter that our daddy is allowed to use in the money that is in our account. But if it is daddy's account we want to use, and the money in daddy's account is for both daddy and mommy, the daddy will write a consent letter for mommy that the money in daddy's account, mommy can use it. I hope that helps. Yeah, so they need that. They also need pictures as well with you, you know, pictures of she's our child, is our child, and things like that. So those are the documents that they need, and of course their passport when they go for their visa processing. Now the timeline for visa processing, of course, we all know that the normal standard processing time is 15 working days. So normally you should get a booking for your graduation a month before. That was how long I got mine. So 15 days is still enough. All I'll just suggest is, you know, you book your flight ahead so that immediately they get the visa, like they're on the next flight, if you get what I mean. But of course, that doesn't stop you from paying for priority. There's priority and there's super priority, the same way we had it for student visa as well. So if you want their decision out in 5 working days, you pay for priority. If you want it out in 24 hours, you pay for super priority. And that's the timeline of the visa processing. And of course, you know, they book for the appointment to go to the embassy to take their biometrics done. Yeah. So those are everything you need on bringing your parent on student visa. So you can bring your parents, you can invite your siblings as well. All you need is this document that I've listed from both parties, and then filling in the application correctly with the correct answers, honest answers, sincere answers, and they go for their biometrics. Trust me, they did not do any interview. When they went for their biometrics, they didn't do any interview. They literally just went and take their thumbprint in the picture, and they were out in literally like how many minutes. I think they only stayed longer because they did assisted upload. We could not do self-upload. I don't want it because I cannot even do the upload for them because my parents, I cannot upload for them. So it was just the best thing that we did assisted upload for them. So they took all the documents to the embassy, and that helped them. So guys, I think that's all. I'm not sure. I'm not missing anything. I've gone through my script. Yeah, I'm not missing anything. So those are the things you need to do to bring your student, to bring your parent in on the student visa. And I wish you the best. You can do it. Don't let anybody give you bobo anything on your student visa. Yes, you can invite your parents or your siblings to come on a student on a visitor's visa for them to come for your graduation, or probably to just want to come for like Easter celebration, Christmas celebration, or the summer. You can invite them as well. Okay. So yes, that's about that. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, like this video, engage with me in the comment section. You know, probably you brought in someone from other part of the world to the UK on student visa. Some things that you did I probably did not mention or that I forgot. Please do well to put in the comment section so we can all, learn together. And that's that about that, guys. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.